I stared at the computer screen in our small kitchen in Columbus, Ohio. The clock on the microwave read 11:47 p.m. My finger hovered over the mouse. There it was, an $8,500 charge to Grandview Estate. The description said, private event, divorce celebration, Mark Thompson family, next Saturday. We were still married. The divorce papers sat unsigned on the dining table behind me. My breath caught. I refreshed the page 3 times thinking it had to be a mistake. It wasn't. The deposit had cleared yesterday, paid from our joint account, the same account I had been using to buy groceries and pay the mortgage, while Mark stayed at his brother's place. I picked up my phone and opened the photos. There was the last text from my mother-in-law, Linda, 2 weeks ago. We are praying for both of you during this difficult time. Difficult time. They were throwing a party. I sat there for 20 full minutes without moving. The refrigerator hummed. A car drove past outside. My hands started shaking so bad, I had to set the phone down. My name is Sarah Thompson. I am 34 years old. I live in Columbus, Ohio. And 2 nights ago, I discovered that my husband's entire family was celebrating the end of my marriage while I was still legally his wife. If stories like this speak to you, hit subscribe. I post a new story every single day. Let me take you back to how this all started. Mark and I had been married for 9 years. We met at a mutual friend's wedding in Cincinnati. He was charming, worked as a regional sales manager for a pharmaceutical company, made good money. I was a marketing coordinator at the same hospital where his mother volunteered. The first few years were good. We bought this house in 2018, 2 bedrooms, 1.5 baths, small backyard. We tried for kids, but it never happened. Mark started pulling away around year 6, late nights at work. New friends I never met. Then came the confession last January. He wanted a divorce, said he felt trapped. I didn't fight it at first. I was tired. The arguments had worn me down. We agreed to an amicable split. He moved out in March. We kept the joint account open for shared bills. That was my first mistake. His family had always been close. Too close. Linda, his mother, called him every single day. His sister Rachel was the golden child who could do no wrong. They had this family group chat I was never fully part of. I tried. I really did. I hosted Thanksgiving every year. I remembered all the birthdays. I even took care of Linda when she had her knee surgery in 2022, but I was never one of them. Not really. I started digging through the account history that night. The charge wasn't the only thing. There were smaller payments. $450 to a florist, $200 to a caterer, all within the last 10 days. All labeled with variations of Mark's new beginning. I felt my face get hot. I opened a new tab and searched the venue. Grandview Estate, beautiful photos, perfect for weddings and big celebrations. Capacity 150. They had a special package for life transition parties. My stomach turned. I took screenshots of everything. I saved the invoice PDF. I even recorded my screen while I scrolled through months of transactions. Something in me shifted in that moment. I wasn't going to just cry about it. The next morning, I called the venue, pretending to be Linda, confirming details. The coordinator was cheerful. Yes, Mrs. Thompson, everything is set for Saturday. 120 guests. The custom cake with the finally free topper will be ready by 5 p.m. The band is confirmed. I thanked her and hung up. My heart was pounding so hard, I could hear it in my ears. I drove to my sister's apartment across town. Emily listened as I showed her the screenshots. She didn't say anything for a long time. Then she said, "Sarah, you need to burn them." But I had a different plan forming. Let me tell you about the open tension I felt that week. I knew the party was coming, but I hadn't confronted anyone yet. Every night I lay in bed, thinking about walking into that venue, about what I would say, about how their faces would look when they saw me. Mark had been texting me about finalizing the papers. Sweet messages. I still care about you, Sarah. We can do this the right way. I didn't reply. On Thursday, I went to our bank. I spoke with the manager. I explained the situation. She looked uncomfortable, but confirmed that since it was a joint account, both parties had full access. I asked her to freeze any further large withdrawals without dual approval. She said she would note it. That night I made a list. I listed every person invited. Based on the partial guest list the coordinator had accidentally sent me. When I called back, pretending to be Rachel, Mark's boss was on there. Several co-workers, old college friends, neighbors. I started making calls, not angry calls, calm ones. To Mark's boss, David, I said, "Hi David, this is Sarah Thompson. I wanted to invite you personally to the event on Saturday. It's important for Mark's future that you attend." He sounded surprised, but agreed. To my own close friends, I explained what was happening. Some cried with me. Others got angry. The tension kept building. I barely slept. I kept imagining Linda standing up at the party, giving a toast about how I was never good enough for her son. Friday night arrived. One day before the party, I sat in my car outside Linda's house for 20 minutes, watching the lights inside. I could see shadows moving. They were probably finalizing decorations. I didn't go in, not yet. Instead, I went home and transferred $15,000 from our joint savings into a new account I had opened that morning in my name only. Then I added a note in the memo. For my new beginning. Saturday morning, I woke up at 6 a.m. I got dressed carefully. Black dress, simple makeup. I looked in the mirror for a long time. This wasn't about looking pretty. This was about walking in with my head high. I arrived at Grandview Estate at 4:30 p.m. The party started at 5. The coordinator recognized my voice from the calls. Her eyes widened when she saw me. "Mrs. Thompson," I smiled. "Yes, I'm here to celebrate." Walked into the main hall. Balloons. A big banner that said, "Mark's Fresh Start." Photos of Mark through the years. Conveniently cropped, so I wasn't in any of them. People started arriving. First the cousins, then neighbors, then Mark's boss, David, and his wife. David looked confused when he saw me. Mark arrived at 5:15 with his mother and sister. He was laughing about something until he stepped into the room and saw me standing by the cake table. His face went white. Linda saw me next. She dropped her purse. The room got quiet. I picked up the microphone that was set up for toasts. My hands were steady. "Hello everyone. Thank you all for coming to celebrate my divorce. I found out about this party through the joint account. Since we are still married, I thought I should be here." Gasps. Phones came out. I continued. "Mark, your family has been planning this for weeks. They used our money, our account, while I was still your wife." Mark tried to speak, but I kept going. I also invited a few special guests. "David, thank you for coming. Mark has been telling you that our separation was mutual and friendly. He didn't tell you about the affair with his assistant last year, did he?" David's face changed. Rachel tried to grab the microphone. I stepped back, but here's the best part. Since this party was paid for with joint funds, I upgraded it. Open bar is now premium, and the photographer over there will be sending all photos to my lawyer for the divorce proceedings. Evidence of financial misconduct. Linda started crying. Not sad crying, angry crying. I looked directly at her. "Linda, you always said I wasn't family. Today you proved I was never good enough. But I was good enough to use our money for your celebration. Mark finally spoke. Sarah, please stop this. I set the microphone down. The party is yours. Enjoy celebrating. Just know that on Monday, the divorce papers will include a demand for half of everything, plus legal fees. And I kept all the screenshots. I walked out through the crowd. Some people looked at me with respect. Others looked away. Outside in the parking lot, I sat in my car for 10 minutes. My heart was racing, but I felt clear for the first time in months. The next week was a whirlwind. Mark's boss called him in for a meeting. The affair details came out. He lost several big clients. Linda tried calling me 17 times. I didn't answer. Rachel sent angry texts. I screenshotted them and sent them to my lawyer. The divorce finalized 3 months later. I got the house and a substantial settlement. Mark had to move back in with his mother. I drove past Grandview Estate a few weeks after everything. The sign out front advertised their next event. I smiled. Sometimes the best revenge isn't loud. It's calm. It's calculated. It's using their own weapons against them. I still think about that night. The look on their faces when they realized I wasn't going to hide in shame. I wasn't going to let them celebrate my pain while I was still legally tied to their son. If you have ever been betrayed by family, you know how deep that cut goes. The people who are supposed to love you, turning your pain into their party. But you can choose how the story ends. I read every single comment, every one.